Santindriyoja. Yogi should cultivate indriya. Yogi should cultivate calmness. Yogi should keep his mind at peace and control himself by reflection, that is, by just ignore or avoid. Yogi can keep his mind at peace. Yogi can remain indifferent whether ordinary sensations are good or bad. Yogi can cultivate calmness. And the second method is yogi have to contemplate and note, because the sensation become extreme. So yogi should try his utmost to control these objects through direct observation. So that is confrontation method or direct observation method. So at one time, Lord Buddha was residing at the Jetavana monastery in Savatthi, and there were 5 bhikkhus in Savatthi. Each of them practiced restraint of just one. One bhikkhu practiced restraint of eye sensitivity, another one ear sensitivity, another one sensitivity, another one tongue sensitivity, another one body sensitivity, another, the last one, my faculty. And the first one claimed that eye sensitivity should be kept under restraint. So I was practicing eye sensitivity. It is the most difficult. And second one claimed that ear sensitivity should be kept under restraint. And other they claimed that what they are practicing was the most difficult. There was some heated argument over this, and they could not come to an agreement. Finally, they went to the Lord Buddha to ask for his decision. After hearing this, Buddha said to them, "Bhikkhus, each of the senses is just as difficult to control as the other. But all bhikkhus must control all the 5 senses and not just one. Only those who control all the senses would escape from the rounds of samsara." Buddha said, "Chakuna samvaro sadhu sadhu sotena samvaro. Kanena samvaro sadhu sadhu jivaya samvaro. Kayena samvaro sadhu sadhu vajaya samvaro. Manasa samvaro sadhu sadhu sabbata samvaro. Sabbata samvuto bhikkhu sabba dukkha pamojjati." Restraint in the eye is good. Good is restraint in the ear. Restraint in the nose is good. Good is restraint in the tongue. Restraint in body is good. Good is restraint in speech. Restraint in mind is good. Good is restraint in all the senses. A bhikkhu, a practitioner, restrains in all the senses, is free from all samsara dukkha. Buddha spoke in these verses. Santindriyoja nipakoja. The next one is nipakoja. Yogi should prudent and wise. Yogi must be mature. In respect of reflected knowledge, yogi must be mature and fully developed mentally. Young children are lacking in maturity. The more a person advances in age, the more he becomes mature. That is how one's imaginative power or knowledge becomes fully developed and strengthened. In Visuddhimagga, the path of purification, the knowledge of pariharika has been elucidated by an expression nipako. So nipako means pariharika knowledge. Visuddhimagga say So this knowledge of pariharika is nothing but the reflective knowledge which is capable of carrying out any task to completion. These are the knowledges which reflect with full consciousness whether what one is doing is advantageous or not, suitable or not. This knowledge is extremely useful in matters relating to both mundane and supramundane. So this is a kind of knowledge which should be accomplished by the yogi. So in the commentary to the Metta Sutta, this knowledge has been distinguishingly shown as number one, the knowledge that protects the preservation of moral conduct. Number two, the knowledge which is capable of managing or which takes care of the robes. Number three, the knowledge which fully understands the 7 kinds of sapaya, that is known as to what is suitable or not, what is profitable or not. These are reflective knowledge called pariharika. So among these knowledges, the one which knows how to manage things relating to robes does not seem to be urgently required in the practice of Metta Bhavana. However, how to manage the robes become essential when the monk practice in the forest for a long time. So what are the 7 sapayas? Need to explain. Number one, suitable accommodation which is profitable to practitioner who is devoting to meditation. Number two, suitable village where offerings of food can be obtained. And number three, suitable speech or appropriate speech. Number four, suitable teacher and companion, meditators. Number five, suitable food. Number six, suitable or congenial weather. Number seven, suitable postures or deportment. So it is for a practitioner monk or to the yogis to be accomplished with the knowledge that can be properly reflect and decide which monastery is suitable for me to reside, which suitable village where offering food can be obtained, which suitable speech I have to talk, which suitable teachers and companions I have to associate, which suitable food I have to take, which weather is suitable for me, I have to adapt to the weather, and which postures is suitable for me to practice. These are 7 sapaya, desirable things. Sampajañña or Sampajañña, explain more. Atapi Sampajañña Satima. You familiar to this word Sampajañña or Sampajañña? Sampajañña is derived from the word Sampajañña, one who sees correctly, one who knows correctly, entirely, equally, or evenly. When yogi is called Sampajañña, his or her state of being is called Sampajañña. So Sampajañña means seeing rightly, knowing entirely, discerning evenly or equally. Atapi Sampajañña Satima, yogi trying to become Sampajañña. So the first meaning is rightly or correctly. So when you try to see or observe the objects of meditation, you must see the objects clearly and precisely. Yogi must not confuse them with other things. When you are distinguishing mind from matter and matter from mind, yogi must see mind separate from matter and matter separate from mind. Yogi must not confuse these two with one another. You must see precisely and clearly. This is what is meant by saying, he must see rightly or correctly. Another meaning of sam is equally or evenly. Meditators must know how to evenly apply their mental faculties. When you practice meditation, you put 5 mental faculties to work. You are increasing these mental faculties moment by moment: confidence in the practice, effort, mindfulness, concentration, and wisdom. You are producing the faculty moment by moment. So yogi must work in harmony, and yogi must be in balance with each other. Especially important is the balance of energy and concentration. When these faculties are even and equal, there will be concentration and wisdom arisen from concentration. When the faculties are not in balance, concentration is disturbed and scattered, and consequently penetration into the nature of things cannot arise. Another meaning of sam is entirely. When you see an object or when you discern an object, you must know it in its entirety. Must discern an object in all aspects of its mental or physical phenomena. Yogi must know the characteristics, the function and manifestation of an object. So the whole day, the moment by moment you are observing your mind. How do you know your mind? You meditate on mind. What is mind or what is consciousness? Mind cognizes and thinks. So what thinks and imagines is mind. Whenever mind arises, you note on your mind. When mind is thinking, and you note thinking, imagining, and pondering. Whenever mind arises, you note it, and you will find that mind has the intrinsic nature of going to the object or cognizing the object. So there is a characteristic of mind. So mind had the characteristic of cognizing. Chaita Vijanana Lakkhana. So each of mind cognizes the consciousness of seeing, cognize the object. The consciousness of hearing, cognize the objects, etc. How do you know about your mind or consciousness? Consciousness is the leader that cognizes the object that appears at any sense door. So when you see an object, which comes first? The mind. So when the visible object comes up to the eye door, consciousness cognizes it first of all. Then it is followed by feeling, perception, desire, delight or dislike or admiration, and so on. So other mental states follow. You try to capture your thinking mind many times, like capture the thief. Your primary object is rising, falling, standing, walking, etc. When you are meditating, rising and falling, thinking arises. You note, if you can note it, the moment it appears, thinking mind disappears immediately. If you cannot note the thinking mind immediately, several of its followers, desire, anger, delight will come in succession. Capture the thinking mind very immediately. So you realize how consciousness is the leader. You are now meditating, sitting, touching, hearing. Sitting, touching, hearing. During listening to talk, the mind wanders. When the mind wanders, you note it and it disappears. Then another consciousness comes up you note it and it disappears. Again, another consciousness appears. Again, you note it and again it disappears. Again, another consciousness comes up. You have to note lots of such coming up and going away of consciousness. Then you come to realize consciousness is a succession of events that come up and go away one after another. When one disappears, another appears. So you realize the continuous manifestations of consciousness. And the meditator who realized this also realized death and birth. What is death? Death is nothing strange. It is just like the passing away of each moment of consciousness. I have been noting. What is birth? To be born again is like the coming up of the consciousness. I'm now noting that has risen in continuation of the one preceding. So you understand the manifestation of consciousness, manifestations of continuity. So you just have to meditate on these consciousness as they arise. Then you can understand the characteristic, function and manifestation of the object. So Sampajañña, clear comprehension, means seeing precisely, seeing everything in its entirety, seeing it by evenly, using all mental faculties. Only when there is evenness in the application of the 5 mental faculties, there will be further development of wisdom. When you apply clear comprehension, it means you observe or you take note of the object, paying close attention to it, try to see it thoroughly, precisely, and with all mental faculties in balance. So the Pariharika knowledge here is mentioned Sattaka Sampajañña, having clear comprehension of what is of benefit. That means you consider before doing anything whether or not it will be a beneficial things to do. When you know it will be beneficial, you will do it. When you know it is not beneficial, you will avoid doing it. For example, going to shrine or going to a body tree is a beneficial activity for Buddhists. When Buddhists go to such sites and bow in front of them, they are accumulating merits. That means they are cultivating positive mental states. It is a good thing to do and will be beneficial. Giving Dhamma talk, especially delivering discourses regarding Sutanta, Abhidhamma and Vipassana is also something beneficial to do. That is also true when someone is practicing meditation, contemplating a dead body, understanding its nature to be the nature of our own body. So these are beneficial activities that are beneficial to those who do them. So this is the first clear comprehension, Sattaka Sampajañña, the clear comprehension of what is of benefit. It is necessary to consider whether it will be proper to reside in a wooden monastery or a monastery made of bamboo. Mostly in our country, monasteries are made of wood and bamboo. So in this country, the monastery made of cement, and whether the place is peaceful or tranquil or congenial, you need to consider. So in connection with the village where food can be obtained, it is to be considered whether offering of food will be received and whether there can be opposite sex, particularly because different kinds of sensation may arise. It is to consider as to what kinds of Dhamma talk that is to be uttered or that is to be listened can be harmful to the practice of meditation. So if there is nothing in particular, the best thing would be abstain from talking anything not relevant to Dhamma, noble silence, suitable. As regards individual, it is to reflect whether there isn't any progress or lack of progress relating to Dhamma by relying upon such and such a meditation teacher or other Dhamma friends with whom you have to deal. So individual you have to consider. So with reference to food, it is to consider what kinds of food will be agreeable and beneficial for him to depend upon from the point of view of health and of the Dhamma. So some yogis advise so which food is suitable for Sayādaw, etc. So we learn and study the food, suitable food. One should also reflect as to what kinds of postures will be best suited to make progressive steps in the exercise of your meditation. This is the way how mature reflective knowledge should take place, whether it will be profitable or not in connection with monastery. So that is Sattaka Sampajañña. Mahasi Sayādaw have this aphorism, reflection whether it is profitable and agreeable or not is Sattaka Sampajañña. So yogi, to follow my recitation, please follow my recitation. Reflection, whether it is profitable or not.
Whether it is profitable or not.
Whether it is agreeable or not.
Whether it is agreeable or not.
Is Sattaka Sampajañña.
Is Sattaka Sampajañña.
So Sattaka Sampajañña we finish, and another Sampajañña is Sappaya Sampajañña. Recite the restraint. Restraint in the eyes is good. Good is restraint in the ear, etc. Please follow my recitation. Restraint in the eye is good.
Restraint in the eyes is good.
Good is restraint in the ear.
Good is restraint in the ear.
Restraint in the nose is good.
Restraint in the nose is good.
Good is restraint in the tongue.
Good is restraint in the tongue.
Restraint in body is good.
Restraint in body is good.
Good is restraint in speech. Restraint in mind is good.
In mind is good.
Good is restraint in all the senses.
Good is restraint in all the senses.
A bhikkhu restrains in all the senses.
Restraint in all the senses.
Is free from all sufferings.
Is free from all sufferings.
So Buddha spoke the verses, restraint is all is good, and if we can restrain in all the senses, we will be free from all samsaric suffering. Tomorrow, to stop our discourse for today, by practicing Satipatthana Vipassana meditation, by having restraint in all the senses, by observing every phenomena occurring at the six doors continuously and meticulously, may all practitioners free from all samsaric suffering, may you all practitioners realize the real peace in the very